Yeah, just come to this yard and this lad has to take the deck off this old trailer because it's going for scrap. So, how you been doing it, Steve? Have you been trying to unscrew it or just fucking leaving it up? Yeah, so I said to her, I'll show you how to do it. Well, I'll show you how I do it anyway, just to make life easier. Because this is what we do on my channel. We make each other's life easy, Steve. Yeah, I'll put this camera down and I'll do it. Right, that was fun. We've just recorded it, how to, and it wasn't even on record. Right, I just tell you, Steve, look, this is how I do it, look. He's taking these deck boards off, obviously, because it's going to scrap the trailer is. But the quickest way of doing it is, say your head's there, look, there's your head's there. I get the board on there. Yeah? So you chop it through the fucking... Look, the head's come off, look. Yeah. You chop it through the wood, through the nut lock, and then you're left with that, and then all you do is get your fucking levers in and leave the country thing out, and then you're left with just pegs on top. If you're putting a new deck on it, just hit them off with the hammer. But that's the quickest way I found, Steve, anyway. Okay. All right, people. All right, Stevie, thank you. A bit. This is the hub what I'm going to take off and put on the other one. What's fucked. So I'm going to whip this cap off. And I whipped this cap off because I thought, you know, when I got here, I thought, oh, I ain't got my hub socket, have I, in my van? I think I've got it back at the yard. Professional strugglers, this is what we do, obviously. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the comment and all at the weekend. Our missus, you know what I'm like with my comments. I try and read them all the time, obviously, but I just haven't got time to fucking reply to everyone. I wish I could, because some of the lads on there, they come out with some cracking stories and that, honestly, some of them. Yeah, I can't reply to you, but anyway, at the weekend, our missus said, oh, Chris, someone's wrote here, what did he write? Quality, not quantity. Lads want to see work on trucks or something. And I says to our missus, well, who the fuck is it? Oh, if you don't like it, yeah, mate, your answer to your question is, you know, if you don't like what you're seeing on my channel, yeah, scroll up, mate. Just scroll up, because you're on YouTube, mate. Yeah, you don't always get what you want, obviously. I'm not doing this to make you happy, mate. I'm doing this to try and help people out and show them what the job is and how to go on. And even if I was talking on my YouTube about, I don't know, this fucking twig, for instance. Say if I was talking about this twig and explaining you about this twig, yeah? That's because I choose to do that, yeah? I'm not doing it to please you. I'm doing it because I want to do it, yeah? So if you don't like something on my channel, if I'm not posting something that's not desirable to you, scroll the fuck up, mate. Eh? Because if you want to, I'll tell you what, if it's not what you want to see on my channel, do your own fucking channel. That's what I say. Go and build your own channel, mate. And then we might all subscribe to you, because you must do fucking interesting stuff all the time. You must do. I'm dying to know what you do. Yeah. Fuck, I'm ranting again, innit? God. Is it a midlife crisis? Oh. Right, I'm going to take this off. Midlife crisis, man. It's not a midlife crisis. It's just one of them days, innit? Just pisses me off. You know when you've got no money, it's like, oh, it's a drag, innit? Money's not everything, Chris. Yeah, I know money's not everything. Fucking hell. But I'll tell you what, you know when you've got none, it's quite a big thing. Money's not everything. I know it's not. I say that. I always say that money's not everything, which it's not, is it? I've got my fucking health. My kids are all healthy. My family's healthy. Luckily, touch wood. That's wood. Yeah. So I know. So hey, people out there have got bigger problems than me. A lot bigger problems. So I'm lucky. So never mind. Crack on. Stop moaning, Chris. You got fuck all to moan about. Right, I'm going to take this off now. Oh yeah, so this one might actually come off without me even using a socket, because this is the tapered bearing on this. So that nut shouldn't be that tight, because what you do with a tapered bearing is you tighten it right up and then you slacken it off. Like I do it just over a quarter, because you're slackening it off then, because it's a tapered bearing. If it gets hot, it expands, so it needs a bit of gap in it to allow for expansion. So by rights, I should take that Allen key out, put 2 bolts in here, 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there, get my bar in it, and I should be able to take it off. Yeah, look, I'm just getting these bolts, look, longer bolts, putting it through it, but don't go too deep in or else it'll pinch the washer at the back of it. So I'm going in like that, look, and then we get the ply bar that's too long to go in it, and we'll get a shorter bar. Right, and then we do this, look, there, come off, look, there we go. No socket required. I'll show you behind it, look. Right, that's what's behind it, look. That washer there with the holes in, look. And that's how it locks off. You know, as that pinch bolt goes through, look, it goes through the back of the nut and then goes in these holes here, and that's what locks it into place. Because that washer has got a keyway in it here, look. You know, if you do this, these are the normal lock Allen keys for it. Make sure they're fully through the fully into the nut and not hitting in the side of it like that. You know what I mean? Well, white boyos, I'm going to jack it up now, I think. Yeah, I'm going to jack it up. And a bit of looks of it, I'll need some air in it because it's down on its arse and I won't be able to get the hub off because of that wing. No, I'm not going to do that even. I'm going to take that wing off because this is a scrapper anyway. So I'm going to remove the wing to get the whole hub off. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Right, I'm going to take this hub off, obviously, this hub here, but on the other side of this is disc. This is on discs, right? So I've got the disc there, look, but I'm not bothered about the disc can stay where it is, because the disc that's on the trailer, what I'm taking, what needs replacing is still all right. So don't worry, I'm not worried about the disc. So what I'm going to do is, you see these bolts here, you've got a ring of bolts here, that's what hold the disc on, these bolts do. So I'm going to take these bolts out, and then hopefully hit it with a hammer, hit it like hell with a hammer, and the disc should just stay in place and the hub will come off. Right, I'm going to get my sledgehammer and I'm going to whack this off now. I'm going to take this off, obviously. I've already took the clip out. Now, there she flies. Right, I'm going to hit it off with sledgehammer. There, she's off. Yeah, that's what's left, look, that's the old one, look. So it was just tight around here, around there, look. Just keep hitting it, really. Yeah, I've got a new hub seal for that, look and all. She's tight, so what I'm going to do is just get a screwdriver and just wedge it in between the seal and the hub casing. But try not to damage where the hub, where the seal sits around the hub. Try and just hit it into the actual seal itself. I didn't even press record then. Right, that was in there, look like that. Yeah, with the bearing, obviously with the inner bearing in it. I couldn't get the hub seal out with this heel bar. So all I did is get my screwdriver and wedge it down the side like that, there and there. Just hit it down the side with a hammer, and then it just loosens it, and then you can get your pry bar in, and I prized it off the inner bearing and it just popped out. I thought it was recording. I wish it was recording because it'd been handy to show people that. But never mind. Yeah, when you're doing that, you know, with your screwdriver wedging it, you've just got to watch out that you don't screwk where this seal sits. I'll show you. You see there, look, where that seal sits. Look, you can see where I got the screwdriver in. Look, can you see it there? There's the marks on the outer bit there, but there's no marks on the inner, look, because I did it at an angle like that, so it went into the actual seal and not into the metal. Yeah, so now I'm going to clean these inner and outer little billy bearings. I'm going to clean them up, and then I'm going to repack them with grease, and then I'm going to refit them in and put the new seal in, and then it should be good to go. Well, it won't be good to go because it's not attached to a trailer. Until it gets attached to the trailer, then the whole trailer is good to go. But yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you see these bearings, look. As you clean them, obviously, just inspect them, check them, because if they've got scores or lines down the roller, it's worth replacing them, because them little scores down the roller, it means it's not running smooth on your bearing race, and it could fucking in time it might fucking overheat, and well, we all know what happens when bearings overheat. And as well, another good little tip is the bearing race, what this sits in. I'll show you, look. Right, yeah, here, look, this is the bearing race, what that bearing sits in. Just clean it up. This one's, it needs a new bearing anyway, look. Can you see that score mark there, look? Oh, and there, look. This one needs a new one. Can you see them scores in it there? Doesn't want to be dull like this is. Wants to be smooth and shiny, not horrible like this one. And as well, what I was going to tell you, yeah, check your race, obviously, this race, and just get your race and try and push it round the hub like that. Yeah, and if it does turn, if that bearing race turns in your hub, it means it's been running round the hub instead of the bearing going round. It means that race has been going round in your hub. Now, you could get a new hub, or you could do, I've done it before, some people might tell you, well, that's no good, but still, I've done it and it's been alright. If you hit the bearing race out, if you dot punch the back of it where the bearing sits, just dot punch it like that, and it'll just, the dot punch mark will just make an indentation in where that bearing race sits, and it'll like mushroom the top of it up. So then when you hit the new bearing race in, it pinches it, so it don't spin, if you know what I mean. You can do that, or you could get a new hub if you wanted. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go and get a new bearing now for this as well, aren't I? Good job he's gone on account, because I'm not just getting a new bearing race, I'm getting a new bearing as well, a complete kit. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I've been and got the new bearing. I've packed the new bearing. I just thought, oh yeah, I'll show them how to pack a bearing, because obviously not many people, some people might not know how to pack a bearing. So get your grease, lot. Don't just slide it around the top. Wait, don't pack it into it. You see your big end there, your big opening there. This is what I do, look. I pack it through. With my palm of my hand, I pack it through. Yeah. This is the old bearing, so a load of old grease will come out this end. Look, you see that, look? The grease is coming out that end, look. It's packed it right through. I'm going to pack it more. So all this old grease just comes out this end, and then I'm just going to rub it away. But yeah, it's just so you know all the grease is around these little rollers here. I'm going to clean up all the recess in this hub as well. I'll have to show you quick because my battery's going to die because I've unplugged it. I've turned the hub round now, so this is the back end. So that's the back of the bearing race, what I'm going to take out. So you'll see little recesses, look there, and there's one opposite it there. I want to get my bar in there, hit that, and then hit that gradually. That side and that side, that side and that side, just to hit the bearing race out. Keep all the old race because you'll be needing that to knock your new one in. Alright, get your new race, place it in there. Where's that old race gone? What have we done with that? That's it. Right, sit your old race lock on top of the new one. And then just tap her in bit by bit on opposites, obviously. If you see it, keep an eye on which way it's twisted. Because if it's twisting it a bit, you don't want to make it buckle. Did you hear that change volume to a duller thud? That means it's all the way down, but just double check it's all the way down visually. So it won't damage the bearing race, look, because we've got a bit of a taper at the end of it, so you're not going to damage where the bearing sits in there. So that's home sweet home now, isn't it? I'm going to pack it with grease, put my bearing in, and hit the ceiling. Started freaking raining now and all. Yeah, just put your seal in, look, by hand. Yeah, and then get a block of wood, like level, obviously you need the level. Get a block of wood, and I'm just going to get my sledgehammer and give it one nice little hit in the middle. She's level now. Yeah, she's down flush with it now, but I still need to go down a little bit more. Yeah, just hit that in the shoulder at the bottom. Just hit the ceiling until it hits the shoulder. I've used a socket. You want to be on the outer of the seal. This outer bit here, look, of the old seal. So you want to hit it on the outer. Don't hit it on the inner, or else you'll damage the actual seal. I'm going, because one night I've just been in the workshop, one lad said, well, you won't get that done today, Chris, will you now? I said, well, what's the time? He said, 3 o'clock. I said, fucking hell, go pick up the kids. I've just rang our mum up, and she says, yeah, don't worry, I'm on the way. So I'm going to pack all this shit away now, and I'm scooting, I'll finish this in the morning. Time flies, doesn't it? I'll catch you on the next one, boys! Woohoo! Woo woo! Pack away time, Chris.